So for understanding conditional formatting, we will first create a project. So let's say I have a project which is expected to have a useful life of 10 years. Useful life means over what period of time is the project going to give you benefits, the estimated life of the project. So I create a column which has those 10 years marked. Then we will plot the cash flows. Let's say the first year, the cash flows is expected to be 30 crores. And this is going to grow at a particular rate. So let's say I have the cash flow growth rate written, which is 9% annual. So this will grow at 9%. That means every year's cash flow will be higher than the previous year's cash flow by 9%. Obviously, I can't drag this down till I freeze my static reference. So I freeze it and drag it down. Okay. Then you have discounting factors, which we will obtain by this formula. 1 by 1 plus r raised to the power of n. Now for r, we will use cost of capital. So every project has to be financed by money, no? And that money, if you borrow it, it costs you, isn't it? So let's say the cost of capital for the firm is 11%, which becomes my basic minimum expected return, which is r. So 1 by 1 plus r raised to the power of n. And we drag it down. This becomes your discounting factors. Now multiply your cash flows with your discounting factors. What did I tell you? If you multiply your future values with discounting factors, you will arrive at present values. So I will arrive at my present values. These are my present values and I will sum them up. Now, can I sum these up? Yes, because they are in a common time frame, which is time 0. So my present value of all my cash benefits that I'm going to generate from the project is equal to a summation of these present values, which is 249.38 crores. Now let's say the initial investment in the project is 300 crores. Now tell me, is this project viable? Yes or no? Net present value is negative, isn't it? Why is it negative? Because I am expecting that the project, the sum of all the benefits that I am generating from the project in today's terms is about 249.38, but I am having to invest 300 crores in the project. So I'm investing more than what I am expecting to receive. So obviously it becomes a value eroding project. So NPV is negative. NPV stands for net present value. So I can use this data to populate a decision also. So let's say I will use this data here and we can populate a decision here. So if my NPV is greater than 0, then I accept. Else I reject the project. So in this case, it becomes reject. Why? Because my NPV is negative. Okay? So I will now use conditional formatting. I'll go to conditional formatting and I will take the first one, highlight cells or rules and more rules. I will choose this option, use a formula to determine which cells to format. Remember, it's conditional formatting. So I will use a formula to determine which cells to format. And what will be my formula? As long as this cell here, the one that you see here, if this is equal to reject in inverted commas, then I can use the red. So automatically वो pink or red हो गया. And I can add another rule here. And again, use a formula to determine which cells to format. Again, this cell here. If this is equal to accept, then I will use this one, green. Green fill with green text and press OK. So now suppose ये positive NPV होता. Suppose the project would have a cash investment of 200 crores. Automatically you will see that the NPV is positive, and now you are getting an accept decision which is in green. NPV is positive and you are getting an accept decision which is in green automatically. So यहाँ पे आपका decision भी change हो रहा है, and your color code of the decision is also changed. That's why it is called as conditional formatting. You can also apply this on the cash flows here. You can do color scales. So if you do color scales here, you can get green, and typically if you want to be more conservative, you can take the green option. So you will see that yeah, this is better. So अब अगर आप देखोगे तो जो शुरू के कैश फ्लोज है जो कम है, the lowest cash flow is in the darkest version of red. then वो red की intensity कम हो रही है. The smallest positive cash flow is in a lightest version of green, and then the green की intensity भी ज्यादा हो रही है. So वो आपको क्या कर रहा है? It is based on the values of the cell. It has given you a color scale. ठीक है? And the intensity of the color is going to vary. तो आपको एक idea लगेगा when you look at the numbers, what numbers can look better. Is it okay? You can also insert data bars here. For example, if I use data bars, look at this data bars here, everybody. So the highest present value has got the biggest data bar. तो जैसे जैसे आपकी present value कम हो रही है, वो data bar का size भी कम हो रहा है. Actually, if you increase the size of this, then you will be able to see it better. Can you see? Yes. So you can even insert data bars for getting an idea of how it looks like. Okay, so this is how you use conditional formatting in project modeling templates.